The waves crashed softly behind me, but in that single moment, the entire world went silent. Her voice sliced through the breeze, calm, confident, teasing. "Where are you looking?" "My eyes are up here." I froze like a schoolboy caught in trouble. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, I was just stunned. My boss, the same woman I'd seen only in crisp suits and high heels, was standing before me in a simple summer outfit, barefoot on the sand, her hair moving gently with the wind. For a man who believed he had his life under control, I suddenly felt like a teenager lost in awe. Her name was Clara Hartman, the CEO of the company I had just joined 6 months ago. She was known as the Iron Lady. In the corporate world, cold, calculated, never smiling unless it was part of a negotiation strategy. But the woman standing in front of me that evening was nothing like that. She looked human. Tired even. Like someone who had built walls so high that she forgot what sunlight felt like on her skin. I had come to the beach to escape my own storm. I'd just been told I might lose my job due to a department downsizing. My rent was overdue, and my mother's health had worsened back home. The ocean was supposed to give me peace. Instead, it gave me her. When she noticed the panic in my eyes, she softened her tone. "Relax, Alex." "I was kidding," she said, smiling faintly. "Didn't expect to see one of my employees here." I tried to respond, but my voice cracked. "I didn't expect to see you either, ma'am." She chuckled. "You don't have to call me ma'am here. Just Clara." We ended up walking along the shoreline as the sky turned orange. She asked about my family, my dreams, my fears, questions I never expected from someone like her. There was something behind her sharp business aura, something warm yet buried. When I told her about my mother's illness, she fell silent for a long time before whispering. "I lost my mom when I was your age. I buried my grief under work. Maybe that's why I became like this." For the first time, I saw her eyes, not as my boss, but as a woman who had lived through loneliness. That night, under the fading sunset, 2 broken hearts found a strange kind of understanding. The next morning at work, the world returned to its harsh rhythm. Clara walked through the glass doors in her usual sharp style, heels clicking, eyes cold, expression unreadable. It was as if that entire evening at the beach never happened. She passed me without a glance, her voice businesslike when she addressed me during meetings. I convinced myself it was just a coincidence, a brief moment of connection that meant nothing to her. But then, small things started happening. A coffee placed on my desk before meetings. Subtle glances during presentations. The way her tone softened when she spoke my name. I tried to ignore it. She was my boss, and I couldn't afford another scandal or a broken heart. Yet every time she smiled, my walls cracked a little more. One late evening, I found her sitting alone in her office, staring out the window at the city lights. "You shouldn't be here so late," I said quietly. She looked up, tears glistening in her eyes, a sight that shattered me. "Alex, do you ever feel like you've built everything just to realize you have no one to share it with?" That night, she confessed everything. The loneliness behind her power, the fiancé who left her when she chose her career, the father who never believed in her. I listened, not as her subordinate, but as someone who understood pain too well. When she reached for my hand, I didn't pull away. For a moment, time stood still. No boss, no employee, no rules. Just 2 souls aching to be seen. But love, when it's not supposed to happen, always comes with a cost. The next morning, rumors spread like wildfire. Someone had seen us together. The whispers reached the boardroom before I could even breathe. I was called in and told that my contract was being reviewed. Clara stood there, her face pale, forced to act as though I was just another employee. When our eyes met, I saw the war inside her, love fighting pride, heart fighting duty. That day, I walked out of the company. She didn't stop me. And that silence hurt more than any words could. Months passed. I took small freelance jobs, struggling to rebuild my life. My mother's condition worsened, and I spent most days at the hospital. I tried to forget Clara, her laughter, her warmth, her quiet strength, but love doesn't fade, it lingers like the echo of a wave you can't unhear. Then one morning, while sitting by my mother's bedside, a nurse handed me an envelope. "A woman dropped this off earlier," she said. Inside was a note written in familiar handwriting. "I heard about your mother. I'm sorry. If you can, meet me where the sky meets the sea." I knew exactly what that meant. When I arrived at the beach, the same beach where everything began, she was already there. No business suit this time, no guarded eyes, just Clara, standing barefoot in the sand, waiting. For a moment neither of us spoke. The sound of waves filled the space between us, carrying everything we wanted to say but couldn't. "I made the biggest mistake of my life," she said softly. "I let my pride ruin something real. I let fear win." Her voice trembled, and tears slipped down her cheeks. "I don't care about the board, the company, or what anyone thinks. I care about you, Alex. I just want a chance to start over." I stepped closer, every heartbeat louder than the waves. "I never stopped loving you," I whispered. "But are you ready to live like a person again, not just a boss?" She smiled through her tears. "Only if you'll remind me how." The sun broke through the clouds then, casting a golden glow across the water. I took her hand, the same hand that once commanded boardrooms, and this time, it trembled in mine, human and fragile. We stood there as the tide touched our feet, washing away everything that once stood between us. Love doesn't always come when it's convenient. It comes when two souls, broken and imperfect, find courage to forgive themselves and each other. And as the waves kissed the shore, I realized something. Sometimes, the heart doesn't need perfection. It just needs someone who sees you when the rest of the world looks away. True love isn't found in power or wealth, but in the moments of vulnerability we dare to share. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to forgive, and believe that even after heartbreak, love can find its way back, just like the tide always returns to the shore.